Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the free daily coaching call. Um, let's see who we got going on over here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. Bringing over a few people. Today is Friday, so if you're watching this on a Google Plus feed or if you're watching on a YouTube feed, Fridays is a free-for-all. What we do on Fridays is we invite you to join into the celebration. We invite you to actively participate in your marketing. So if you're here this morning, if you've taken action, then go ahead and raise your hand so that we can bring you over onto this side of the webinar and you can share with the group. And the reason that we do this is there's a couple different reasons. One is that we want to make this an interactive environment so that everyone can participate. Two is when you share what your actions and results are, it benefits everyone. So whether or not you got an amazing result or you didn't get the exact result that you desired, your actions and your results are going to benefit everyone. We have a gentleman that comes to the call regularly, Mr. Phil, out in Minnesota, Phil Aguilar, and Phil, relatively new to the marketing industry, started running some Facebook ads and was getting some really good response. By Phil sharing that with us, there was other people that had not done Facebook ads that were able to then come on board and start to run some ads and get some results. Additionally, Mr. Tom Leonard, new to marketing, branding himself online, had been in the marketing game at a higher level, working in a corporate environment, and Tom started using the Twitter platform. Been doing some great things on Twitter and has been able to share those results, share the actions and the results that he's received on Twitter. Actually, put together some Twitter training. All right, we're gonna bring Phil over. One of the ones over there, I don't know if you can see me down below. One of these ones right here, this one right here. You can see this one right here. She figured out how to do the Google Plus thing, right? So the other day I made a comment about like, oh, that Google Plus, it's not as good as Facebook. She's like, oh, it's way more social. I'm just rocking through it. It's like the greatest thing on the planet. So now we have someone else that has results. They've taken action, right? Christina took some action in a certain area and was in Google Plus, and then she got results, so now she can share that with us. She can share with other people, hey, this is what I did. This is the results that I got. I'd like to also let everyone know on the action step this week, Phil got a haircut, obviously, this week. So if you get a haircut, you can come to the free daily coaching call, right? You're like, hey, I took some action, buddy. I got a haircut. That counts, right?
All of them.
All of them. Wow, that's a lot, and that's a lot, right? When you're in a quality challenge, that's a lot of stuff going on. So that's why we do this free for all on Fridays. It's to have a little bit of fun. During the week on Mondays we start with mindset. Tuesdays we get you with some tech tips. Wednesdays, Felicia's been doing some powerhouse webinars, so it's literally like fire coming out of the computer on you on Wednesdays. You're like, whoa, what just happened, right? Then Thursdays we're doing interviews with other leaders that are in our industry. So Friday we want to break it up for you. Friday we want you to come over here. We don't want to have to be telling you all the time. We want you to join over onto this side. We want you to be a part of the celebration, a part of the fun, and we want you to be on this side, right? We want you to bring puppies on. We want you to be able to learn your skill sets, right? And then teach them to the other people. Teach them to the new people that are coming on board. Teach them to the other people that are around and about you that may be having some difficulties. Let's see, we have a couple more hands raised. All right, so let me get these two over. So what we'll do this morning is, why don't we start in order of how we're popping onto the webinar. So we'll start with Felicia this morning, and then we'll jump over to Christina, and then we'll jump back over to Mr. Phil, and then we have a couple more people that are going to pop over. And raise your hand, guys, if you guys want to come over. And it doesn't have to be super structured, right? And so if Phil wants to like cut in on Felicia, or vice versa, Felicia, if you want to cut in while Christina's saying something, Everyone's going to probably cut in on you, Christina, okay? I'm just telling you right now. You defected to Google+, all right? So we're all cutting in on you. We don't know what you're doing over there, so we're gonna come after you. And so why don't we start off with you, Felicia? We'll let you start off, and we're just gonna, it's just gonna be a flow, guys. Everyone, we just want to find out what are people doing, what are the results they're getting, and how can we share that with each other. And I want to say, first off, before you start, Felicia, one more thing. I want to say thank you to every single one of you. Bob, I want to say thanks to you, Christina, Felicia, Phil, every single person that's here this morning that's on the Hangout. Why? I want to say a special thank you because we started a little group, right? I started a Facebook group for free daily coaching just so we could have our own little group. And we started adding people into the group. And then, you know, this morning we added Jason Yesser. And Jason was like, oh, wow, we're here. And I was making a joke like, hey, guys, invite everyone but Jason, right? So that's just a fun group that anyone that you've invited to the free daily coaching call, invite them over to that group because it's just an open group. There's nothing secret or private. We're not doing anything crazy in there. But what we are doing is interacting, and it's another community. It's another pool that you can go into and interact with a lot of people and really it's a lot of fun because you get to see the people that you're hanging out with every single morning. So that's all I got. Take it away, Felicia.
Showing everybody the bump on top of your head when you bend over. Yeah, remember that? We talked about that before.
That was bummer. Yeah, that was the last one. That was last weekend. So I'm gonna try not to.
I got a couple of hockey helmets around the house. You might.
Yeah, my wife would probably like it if you gave me one of those. She told me she was going to give me a helmet to start walking around the backyard in.
Now that'll be a look. We need to make a little addition to the logo then.
Like a football helmet on top of the logo?
Hockey helmet, no football, hockey.
You guys can make the hockey one during hockey season, and then football season we'll have a football one.
Oh, it's always hockey season.
Yeah, it's always hockey season.
I thought it was always football season, so we're on the same channel, except for it's just a different game being played.
There you go. Well, I wanted to,
So that's why God made baseball caps, Bert.
Oh,
jeez. That is like the most boring. Listen, let me just say one story. This is the exact reason why baseball has got to be, I know I'm going to get a lot of flack when people watch this video. This has got to be the reason why professional, or really baseball at any level, but professional baseball has got to be the worst of all the major sports. You hear a guy, this is a real baseball guy, like a hardcore baseball guy's like, oh my gosh, man, you won't believe it. It was the best game ever, dude. This guy just threw a no-hitter, man. It was amazing.
What?
So what you're telling me is we spent 3 hours watching two guys play catch.
probably what, 2 hours.
Right? That's what you're telling me. Because my idea of baseball is watching the dudes that stand up there and there's just that machine that pitches to them and they're just trying to park it all day. Right? That's exciting baseball. There's no one running around the bases. No one's keeping – it's just like, how many times can you park this baby? Like, send it out of the stadium. That's all I want to see. That's the only cool part about baseball. There is nothing cool about a fly ball or a grounder to first or the guy that threw it really fast over to first. This is just my opinion. I'm just saying, guys. That's why I'm not a baseball fan, Jack. Look, Jack froze up. He's like, that's it. I'm out of here. Right? Jack got upset.
Frozen solid.
So tell us what you guys got going on this week. What's the good word?
Well, the good word is the other day. So my day started out where I had a couple of appointments, but primarily with people like kind of online cold market people. I mean, kind of however that fits. But people that I hadn't necessarily talked to. They had opted in for something on my website or maybe signed up for a webinar but didn't even attend the webinar. So people that I hadn't really had any conversations with. And talked to 4 people that day. I called like 10 or 12, but connected with 4. Talked to 4 people. 3 of those 4 people came into My Lead System Pro. So I was like, well, that was the first time I'd had a 2 sign-up day, really in any program, to have 2 people sign up in one day. Then by the end of the day, it was a 3 sign-up day. So so that was cool in the sense that, you know, hey, really works. I mean, we all know that it works because it's worked for us, in one person or, one program or selling a course or something like that. But it was fun to have a three-person sign-up day and really talking to each one of those people. They each one had a different sort of need, but MLSP was such a great fit to put in that need that they had. Now, I don't know if everybody on this call is a member of MLSP or My Lead System Pro. Some of y'all may or may not even know what it is, but it's a marketing platform that has so many facets to it that it fits a lot of different needs, and it really did for these three people. The fun part about that also was part of a mastermind group that I'm in. I just went and just said, hey, this is really cool. This is a fun thing that's happening to me right now in the middle of the day, before the third person even signed up. And there's some pretty big leaders that are part of that mastermind group, and the leader of that group grabbed my post just saying, hey, look, this is really cool, having a fun day, feels great. Took it and put it up on his Facebook wall and highlighted me along with two other people that were really taking action that day. And that was really a lot of fun, because you're not going to want to go out there and say, hey, look at me, look what I did. But when somebody else just does it, that's pretty cool. That just makes you feel really good.
Absolutely. Well, and that's part of the whole thing that we're doing here is if you're really networking with other people and you're really doing this the right way, or the way that, and I guess there's not a right way. I don't want to say it the right way because there's a lot of different ways. If you're doing it the way that I'm doing it, if you're doing it the way that I'm being taught to do it, and the mentors that I'm following, and the people that are having really massive success in networking, then that's what you're doing. You're edifying other people, and as you get some kind of popularity, as you get some kind of status, you're then sharing that with others. So the fact that that's happening means that you're taking the correct actions, Felicia. You see, just because, so this is an important note, guys, just because you're connected to a leader does not mean they're going to shout for you. Let me say it again. Just because you're connected to a leader does not mean that they're going to shout for you. The reason that they're going to shout for you, the reason that they're going to champion you, the reason that they're going to tell other people about you is and only is if you're actually doing something. Now, you might not exactly follow their specific plan. You might not do it exactly the way they do it. You may do it a different way. But if you do something and get results, people will yell for you. Because bottom line is this. No one, absolutely no one, can argue your results. You see, if Felicia signs up 3 people this week, no one can be like, well, you're not, I don't know what you're doing. Well, I'm signing up 3 people this week. That's what I'm doing. Okay? I don't know what you're doing, but Felicia's signing up 3 people, right? When she's talking to people, she's like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm talking to everyone and I'm signing people up. That's what I'm doing, right? When you, imagine this, guys, and then Christina's going to tell us what she did this week. Imagine this. If you want to get the attention of the people about you, check this out. Go get their attention in a way that they cannot deny it, right? Put yourself in a place, go into your company, whatever it is. If you sell juicy juice or hair tonic or whatever, exercise pills, whatever you got. I don't know what exercise pills are, but if they have those and you sell them, that's awesome, right? Whatever your company is, go get to the top of your company. Go get yourself on the leaderboards of your company, right? Go get the attention of the people that are in the company, and guess what? When you're on the leaderboards, they can't help but edify you. They cannot help but recognize what you're doing. Why? Because what you're doing is working. Because you're getting the results. And it doesn't matter how you get the results, as long as you're doing it legally, as long as you're doing it ethically, right? As long as you're following within the rules. It doesn't matter if you paint purple stripes on your forehead and run around in like a Power Ranger in the grocery mart parking lot, right? Now, I'm probably not going to do the Power Ranger grocery mart parking lot deal, but
that's next week's video.
That's next week's. Okay, so Christina, you better get ready. You better step it up because next week we're doing Power Rangers. Oh, no. Your Google Plus better be off the hook because Power Rangers is going to be.
I'm ready.
Oh, what? Look at that! Boom! I didn't, guys. I just want you to know that wasn't even planned. I didn't even know there was transformation outfits happening. That was totally freestyle right there. Now I'm going to be a transformer.
All right, stuff I've got in my office. Christina last night learned other things I keep in my office too. She's like, "Put that in your office?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
All right, Miss Christina, tell us about your actions this week.
Mupo, I am gonna get you, girl. So check it out. This has been it's been such a growth week that it feels like it's been like a whole month actually. But started off the week getting some shouts out, and I was like, why is everybody shouting out at me today? Like, what's the deal? And found out that placed in the top 10 in Tanya Eliza's Ultimate Branding Blueprint affiliate launch, so that was really cool. It was, coming on the tail end of the social media votes for the 100-day challenge, so it's really good. That shows momentum, and the power of what momentum can do in your business. This week, just loving the whole, taking Google Plus to another level as far as engaging. Trying out a new testing that I've been doing with some hashtags. So looks like I'm going to be doing a training on that and how you can use the hashtags to help sort of mine for some targeted leads. And loving the whole, I've got a wonderful email letter that gives you some great tips, adding to the email list. So it's been a very productive week.
Awesome. All right. Let me say this, guys. I want everyone to do this today. If you want to come back to the call, this is required. Not really. You can come back. I probably won't know. But if you don't do this, I'll be mad at you. Well, I won't be mad, but I'll be a little disappointed. I might cry. I think everyone should go over to Christina's wall today and give her a congratulations. If you guys don't know, that's a pretty big deal. Christina placed in the top 10 in affiliate contests, and I'm just saying, the number one person, I don't know if you've heard of this guy, Ray Higdon. He's been cruising around a little bit, but that's the guy that won the contest. So the fact that Christina's on the list in the top 10, pretty snazzy. I'm just saying. Way to go, Christina. Now, everyone, get your Google Hangout box out. Hold on. Wait for it, Christina. 20 seconds. Phil's getting prepared right now. As Phil's preparing, as Phil is, I can't find my little toys. Where are they?
I know where they go.
Where'd they go, dude? Are they gone?
My toys never consistently show up.
It's like they're gone. I thought they were in the little lunchbox. No? Weren't they in the little toolbox before?
Yeah. Mine disappeared.
Oh no, they're not. They're not in the toolbox. I forgot. They're not in the lunchbox. So while I'll cue this up, Phil. What was the action steps for Mr. Aguilar this week?
Well, I still do. Facebook.
It was a delay. It was a delay. That was for Christina. There was a delay on that one. Sorry.
Oh, a little bit of a delay. Yeah. I'm still doing ads. Actually, I've gotten to a point where I don't have to do a lot of maintenance for them. And so I'm just kind of tweak a little thing here and there, but nothing. So they're pulling in leads. No, I'm definitely making the ones that actually aren't yet. I'm actually connecting with a lot of them. Then I just connect with them, send them over to my, and then obviously my move I can start going on. So it's working on both ends. But one of the things that I got out of the challenge was consistency. And I'm consistently putting I'd say a minimum of 4 a week. Usually 5. I think I've had a couple of weeks there. But videos, just a plain post. We also started utilizing MLSP's when you get the you can put a video up and put the HTML in there, and then you can use that link and send it anywhere. I mean, you could put it on your blog, you could put it in an email, you can put it on. I mean, just there's 1,000 different ways you can do that. And the big thing about that, if anybody doesn't know, on MLSP in the
Hey Phil, I don't want to interrupt you, but if you put on some earbuds, no one can understand what you're saying. You're getting too much feedback because you don't have earbuds, I think, this morning.
Where is my earbuds? I'd have to find them here.
Well, Phil's finding earbuds. We will jump over to Mr. Bob Miller, and we'll come back over to Phil because I know what he's talking about. It's a really cool feature that you can add in. So, Mr. Miller, are you there? Bob's computer might be doing a little hokey dance.
Hey Bob, you're muted, buddy.
Yeah, just unmute yourself. And Christina, if you just click back over on the left-hand side. Now we can hear you, Bob. If you click back on the left-hand side, Christina, to the box, the blue, red, yellow, green square box, it's the Webinars on Air logo. It should take you back to the main chat. All right, Mr. Miller. Tell us what you did this week.
My main goal is to be able to figure out how my webcam works one of these days.
I know you know how to work it because I know I've seen videos of you all the time.
I can do that, but I mean, I'm plugged in. My green light is on my webcam right now. I have no idea why it's not working.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, we can hear you, so
that's the main thing.
What was what were the action steps this week that you took, Bob?
You know what? I'm really kicking butt in my primary company. And what I'm using, Bert, is I'm stacking everything that I'm learning from all of you guys. The 100-day challenge was huge. I mean, everybody that was involved in the 100-day challenge, you coming into these calls every day, coming into Justice's calls every morning now, listening to Diane's Guru call. I think I call it stacking because there's just so many things that you're just surrounding myself with all of these people like Christina, Felicia, Phil, and Jack Kelly. I mean, all these people that are just amazing, and you. It's incredible. So this stuff just kind of rubs off. You guys all rub off on us. So that's what I think is the biggest thing, is just to hang out with you guys and let some of the greatness rub off on us.
Hey Bob, that's awesome, dude. I'm thinking that you're getting ready to do some content or a little mini training and show us what you're rocking on your primary, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to go up there and start talking about the primary because I don't want to be doing that sort of stuff. But I'll let people know in time when my blog comes out, which I'm working on right now too.
I look forward to it, dude. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bob's done some really crazy stuff. Bob had this vision in his mind, and he was like, I want to do this thing. I want to set this up, and I want to do this, and this, and then literally he just took the action. That's it. He called me one day and he's like, "Hey, Bert, I want to do this thing." And I'm like, "Okay." And so we walked through it and I helped him build something, and he built it, and then he started rocking it. And then maybe maybe it was like 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, and he's like, "Hey, I need to make another thing." And I needed just to do a little refresher, and we made another thing. And then Bob's that guy that comes around and he's like, "Hey, man, can you show me how to do this little thing?" And you show him, and then he just floats off, and then he comes back 2 weeks later and he's like, "Dude, that thing works so great." You don't even see him for 2 weeks because he's just doing it. It's just working, right? And then he comes back and he's like, "Okay, let's do more." So congratulations, Bob, on really rocking it. I know that you've just been crushing it right now, and it's exciting to be able to really watch other people start to implement things and get the results that you're going for. So congratulations, buddy.
You're my tech guy, Bert.
Yeah, don't tell anyone, Bob. That's a secret. We don't want anyone to know that. I'm pretending like I don't know any of that stuff, Bob. Now you just gave it away. But here's the deal. The reality is this, guys. Every single one of you has an amazing skill set. Every single one of you that is here this morning has something to bring to the table, right? There's something unique that you have that you're bringing to the table that the rest of us want to tap into. There's an entire audience of people that are out there right now just waiting for you to bring bring your talents, bring your knowledge and skill sets to the table to share with everyone. Every single one of you has that ability. Everyone has that inside. And the question is, are you going to actually use it? Are you going to go out and step through the fear and start sharing? Are you going to take the action? Right? Are you going to step through and take those actions? Because the reality is this, guys, you got to know all the parts. Bob said I'm his tech guy. Listen, I know how to do that stuff because it's required. Let me say that again, guys. It's required. If you're brand new, don't worry. If you're brand new, you don't have to know how to do a blog and an SEO and a backlink and a double matrix helix vaporizers, laser sender, make your thing blow up and everything's going to see it, right? You don't have to know how to do that. If you don't know what the heck is going on Google+, don't worry. Christina will help you out, all right? This one right here is going to do a training at some point. We'll hook you up. We'll give you the link. We'll send you there. You can watch it. You can figure out how you can use the Googler, right? The point is this. In the very beginning, you've got to learn some basics, the basic skills, right? What is the basics? The basics is this right here, guys, communication. Can you communicate with other human beings and be effective? If the answer is not a resounding yes, then you need to work on that skill until it is a yes, right? If you're a networker and you want to network with people, it's a good idea to be able to know how to communicate. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Now, with what we have in today's world, you can communicate in so many ways. You can tweet like Tom Leonard. You can use the Googler like Christina. You can do webinars like Felicia. You can do guerrilla Facebook marketing like I do and just, you know, run through the jungles of Facebook, grabbing people along the way like, hey, what's up? Come on, woo! Right? There's all these different social platforms for you to go out and communicate. Once you've refined that skill, once you know how to communicate with people, on one platform, it's just it's simply a matter of changing your vernacular, right? And if you don't know what that fancy word vernacular is, go look it up. It means this. It means if you're out in California, the vernacular out there is what's up, bro? Hey, dude, right? If you go down to Tennessee and you're like, hey, dude, what's up, bro? People are going to look at you weird. Because they're down there, they're going to be like, y'all, what's up, dog? Biscuits and gravy, right? They got a whole different vernacular. They say different things. I was out back with the glow bug and the pop rock, city, boo, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
so y'all know I'm from Tennessee, and I am so not sounding like that.
Oh, you so are sounding like that. You just don't have it as, you're just not as much of a twang, okay?
Hey, Christina, gave it away when you said y'all know.
You and Brian and each other in a conversation, this is what it sounds like. I want to y'all. That's what it sounds like to us because we're not from the South. We don't know what's happening. We just hear y'all, crawfish, crawdad, super cola, liquor. That's what we hear. That's it. Out back by the porch. That's what we hear. That's all we can hear because it's just so much, right? When Felicia and all the Texans talk, we don't know what they're saying. They're like, "Yeehaw, cowboy!" We don't know. It's just like the people from the East Coast have no idea what the West Coast people are saying, right? So there's all these vernaculars. So you're just learning that on Facebook you don't talk the same as Twitter. You can't talk the same as on Twitter as you can on Facebook because Twitter, they only give you a little bit of room to talk, right? You might be talking, and I don't know, but I'm guessing that there's a little bit, and it might just be one tiny degree, 1 degree of difference in how you talk from Facebook to Google+. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. We're going to find out when Christina does some training because we're going to be able to watch what she's doing. We're going to see, is there a little bit of a shift? Is there a little bit of a difference? So it's really about the different languages. You're not talking the same on Instagram. Hey, you know we can tell that you guys are talking to each other on Facebook, right? Like, just FYI, you guys are like, Felicia's being all sly. She's like this. You can see her eyes go over and she does a thing. You can see her little fingers move and then she smiles. And then Christina does one of these, look goes. And then she smiles up. And then a little tick, 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 tick. Like, we don't know. You're sitting right next to each other, goofballs.
We're totally in chat.
I know you are.
We're in the chat.
We're watching you.
We're having a great time.
I didn't know that you were in that chat. I'm not watching that one over there.
Yeah, we're in this. We're talking about you. You missed it. It's fun. Totally.
I get distracted. So the point is that all of the different platforms, they all use different languages, and so you want to be able to communicate the way that the audience is going to hear you effectively, right? And if you can do that, then you can literally go across and learn any of these things. You can go and learn how to do it. You can go and learn how to set up your blog. You can go pay someone how to do it, and then you can go talk on the blog, right? You can go and get Christina's training, however much that's going to be, right? Maybe you're going to go invest $27 and buy that training and go learn how to go use Google+. Boom, right? Then now all of a sudden now that you know how to communicate, now you invest in yourself and you go buy a tool and learn how to communicate on this specific platform, right? And then you just use that platform until you're rocking it. And once you've rocked it and you've figured it out and it's actually getting results that you desire, then you can go to the next platform. Then you can reach out to the next thing. If you do that along the way, what will happen is you'll start to achieve.
Like from the Minnesota conference that they had was now I'm finding what script.
Oh, it's Bob. If you do that along the way, you'll start to pick up these technical skills. You'll start to pick up, how do I make my blog thing? How do I add in a Facebook pixel? How do I integrate my YouTube and my Google Plus, right? All of these skill sets you'll be able to pick up along the way. So, Christina, let's get real here for a second.
Yes,
When will you be able to do a Google Plus with everyone? Because they've been asking. They're sending me private messages. I don't know what your private message box looks like, but I'm getting overloaded with Christina. I think they're supposed to be. I'm like, are you guys? You know that I'm not Christina, right? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually am a guy that lives in Colorado. Christina's a lady that lives in Tennessee. Totally different, right? I'm just saying. And Christina has hair. I have no hair whatsoever. Just saying.
Not much more hair though, Bob. Or Bert.
It's a lot, believe any amount more than me is a lot. So Christina, when is, I know that you have other commitments during the day, so it's not always where you're not always being able to be here live. When is a day that you would feel comfortable maybe sitting down with us on a free daily coaching and doing a session? Ooh.
Like, I totally love the way Bert's doing this, guys. This is a lesson. Get her on live webinar and corner her up.
That's right.
Yeah, I can do it on a Friday. It'll probably, be a couple Fridays from now though, because I will be on the road next Friday.
Okay.
But we can do it that following Friday.
Okay, so not the 12th, but the 19th.
Right.
Okay, guys, so you got it. It's on the 19th. That's when we're going to do it. So next week's a Friday free for all. The following one after that is Google Plus Friday.
Like it.
So we're going to put G plus F equals CE, right? Google Plus Friday equals Christina Irvin.
I like it.
That's it. So we're going to do that on the 19th, guys, right? So everyone put that on your calendar, Google 19th. We're going to do it on the 19th of this month. And if you haven't been using Google Plus, you can go check it out before that. It's not like you're not going to break it. You're not going to do anything. And then you'll know, and if you do this, if you go check it out beforehand, then you'll know what she's talking about. Okay?
Yeah. And if you hit me up, I'll give you a link to get on my list because I'm getting ready to start a daily going back to the basics series because
Awesome.
of all the questions that I've been getting. So get on there today so you can start getting the basics.
Awesome. All right, guys. So that's it. We had Bob Miller come out over this morning and tell you about stacking and how he's been stacking trainings from different leaders and using different concepts and principles, and literally it's allowed him to become one of the top producers in his company, and his company has literally thousands of different representatives that are out there. So Bob is doing some phenomenal stuff. You got to hear from Christina Irvin, who just placed in the top 10 of a major affiliate contest, right? Like the names that are on the top 10 list, other than Christina Irvin, the other names, I don't know, the other names are big. There's some big marketers, and Christina's on the list now, right? She's on the board. She's put herself on the board. She's in the game. Okay, that's what she did, guys. If you don't know what she did, not only did she make a couple bucks, in addition to that, she helped some people get some training. And really what she did was she put herself in the game, guys. She's in the game. Why? Because everyone else that was in that launch, everyone that saw that launch now sees Christina's name. Now they know Christina's in the game. They know that she's out marketing. They know that she's recruiting, and they know that she's getting results. And that's what's attractive, right? We got to hear from Felicia Mupo, who this week started implementing some of the things that she's been learning and got her first double and then triple sign up in a day, guys, right? You hear about all these people that are doing it. They're right here. These are the people that are doing it, right? If you want to find people that you can relate to, that you can actually talk to and communicate with, find Christina, find Phil, find Bob, find Felicia, right? Why? Because they're making it happen. They're actually taking the actions and getting the results that they desire. Might not always be as fast as they desire, but it happens. That was a special one for you know who. And who else did we get to talk to? We got to talk to Mr. Phil, right? And Mr. Aguilar told us in an echoey voice, just so you guys know that you couldn't hear him, what he was sharing was that he's continuing to run his ads. He's refined the ads so they don't take massive amounts of maintenance. He doesn't have to go back there and check on them every 12 minutes. He's not, micromanaging them. Why? Because he's found something that's working and producing, and now he's letting it run, right? So you've gotten to see a bunch of other marketers just like you, that have taken actions and gotten results. So this morning I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here. I want to let you guys know that we're going to be having, let me look and see, excuse me. It is going to be, I'll get you guys a time. I wanted to let everyone know that we are, that yesterday I did an interview with Kate McShay, and I sent you guys all a link. So if you weren't able to get the link, if you're watching on YouTube or Google+, just message me. I'm going to send you guys one more day over there. Video 2 is available today, okay? Now check this out. Tomorrow is going to be video number 3 is going to be released. So go back today if you haven't. Watch the first 2. Tomorrow is going to be video 3. And later this weekend, we're actually going to do a full webinar, not just an interview, but a full webinar with Kate to go over exactly what her what the video training that they have is, both the YouTube and the Facebook video ad training. So I will be sending that out to via email. So if you're not on my list already on my newsletter, get on that so that you can get connected with that. I'll send you over to those video series this morning and remind everyone, if you're not in the free daily coaching group, to go over on Facebook, join the group, and bring a friend, right? That was what that was last night, is bring a friend to the group. That's when I went back to Felicia and said that. I was like, hey, invite them to the group, not just to the call, which is great. Yeah, bring them to the call, that's fine. But bring them into that group so that they can see, even before they come to the call, wow, look how many people are over here already participating and helping each other out. So, guys, go out and have a great weekend. If you have any questions or concerns, like always, Facebook message, tweet, or text, email, however you use communication to get a hold of someone, and we will get you taken care of. Thank you, Felicia, Phil, Christina, Bob, Jack, for making an attempt, for coming over this morning. Go out and have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. I pinned you. Yeah.